desire which she apparently harbored for quite some time. Plus,
Right here.
it's been a month.
That's still elongated.
As lost as deeply as you.
No,
You
go
must stop
slow.
distracting yourself with this ridiculous behavior and channel it in some kind of act. Why must I? Exactly.
I'm trying to keep it still.
Accept the responsibility that accompanies that.
All right.
But I'm rather ensconced.
Right here.
I wonder what will become of your daughter. Have you forgotten what it was like to live beneath the threat of violence?
Just a little bit. More.
Must have worked it close.
Okay.
Be whole again.
All right. Okay.
I'm so tired, child. I'm so tired. I'm really tired.
Y'all, this is what nail techs go through when your client does not know what length she wants. And very indecisive, but we always do this. Now we are actually getting into prepping, and I already actually dehydrated the nail off camera. I forgot to start recording before I did that. But right here, I am taking my Mia Secret primer, and I'm going ahead and I'm priming all the nails. And then after this, I'm going to be taking the Young Nails primer and doing a second coat of primer with a different one, which is the Young Nails Protein Bond. Now, of course, you do not have to do this extra step by adding 2 primers. However, I did because that's just what I've always done. Now we are taking the color Covered Pink by Mia Secret. And let me tell you guys, I did not really care for this acrylic because when it lays, it's like very liquidy. And so I wasn't even when I dried the bead out, it was still going on like super thin and liquidy, and I didn't really care for that. I actually had quite a hard time doing these Frenchies yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know what it was, you guys. Like, I'm kind of used to doing them now. I don't know if it was just because of the acrylic or the fact that these are shorter nails. I don't think I've ever done Frenchies on a short nail. And so I probably was gauging the powder to liquid ratio, or the bead size, I'm sorry. I was probably thinking that the bead size was a little off just because I'm used to bringing it down a little further than what I had to on these nails. So maybe that was the issue. I'm not really sure, you guys. Like, I don't know what went wrong, but as you can see, it was like, I don't know. It was just kind of liquidy to me, you guys, but I don't know. It might have been me, you guys. I really have not used this acrylic before. I've only used it. No, I don't think I've ever used Covered Pink. I don't think I've ever used this acrylic. I think the only thing that I've done with it was swatch it on a nail stick. That's it. Now, when you are doing Frenchies, you do want to make sure that they are all equal. And what I mean by that is mine were not all equal. Like those right there, yes, they were the same length. However, on the sides, you want to make sure that the sides, the amount of the tip that is showing on the sides should be equal on each nail. Like each nail should have an equal amount of what's going to go underneath, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense, but basically on the sides of where you see this French tip right here, where you see it, how I'm carving it out on the sides, those should be equal on both sides as well as on each nail, if that makes sense. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because even if you did a great job on the Frenchies and the bottom part came out wrong, it's gonna look bad. Like if you do this part right here that I'm doing in this picture right now, if you do that correctly, cool. But you have to make sure that the bottom part, it looks equal on all nails as well. Like they all need to look similar or identical. Similar, I'm saying similar because mine looked similar. They did not look identical, but it still wasn't too bad to the point where it was like, oh my God, like you have more blue showing on this one than you do on this one, more blue on the sides than this one. You can't notice that. But if you don't do it correctly, you will be able to notice those small little details. So that's why I say just make sure that everything is even on the sides. Make sure that you have the same amount of tip showing on the sides while you're doing this. And you can go and fix a little bit when you file to make, if you need to make some more narrow to show more of the tip underneath, then do that. If you need to add acrylic, do that. I ended up adding acrylic to some of these. I ended up filing away at some of these. So it's just, you just have to really, really gauge and pay attention to what you're doing when it comes to Frenchies. Frenchies are not easy, you guys. Like, they look simple, but they're not easy. At least for me, they're not easy at all. Like, I enjoy doing them because it's satisfying. However, it's definitely something that you need to practice before you try doing on someone else, because it can be very time consuming. These nails actually took me a really long time. I went into this thinking that it was going to be really quick and simple, and she was going to be out within 2.5 hours. Child, no, she was in my chair for 4 hours, you guys. Like, we started at 10:30, 10:50. I think it was like 10:51 when we started. I was not done until 2:32, you guys. So yeah, just make sure that that you know what you're getting yourself into, and you make sure that you give them the right amount of time to gauge how long they will be sitting with you. If you are not a fast nail tech like me, I'm very slow. It takes me a while to do these nails. I have not forgotten about the giveaway, you guys. I promise. The giveaway announcement is going to be in a few minutes, so stay tuned. If you have not seen my 4.5 hours set up here, definitely go check that out. I'll link it above, but she is coming to me tomorrow to begin to fill. Now, I did leave this part in real time, and I left it in real time because I wanted to show you all why I am switching to, well, not switching, why I am going to be getting a size 14 brush very, very soon. Now, on this client, she has a little wider beds. Well, I mean, she's a client, but my friend. She has wider beds on her, you know, as her nails. So it's very, not hard, but it just takes more time when you are using smaller brushes on wider nail beds. If you have somebody who has wider nail beds, it's going to be easier for you to use a bigger size brush because you can lay more acrylic down at one time, and it will go on a lot more evenly than you trying to put a bead down and then put more down right behind it. So just keep that in mind. Know what size brush to use with different clients. Everyone's nail beds are obviously different. So some people may need a size 10, some people may need a size 20. You just don't know. But right here, I think a 16 or an 18 would have suited her nail bed, and it would have made me move probably a little quicker. But I have always used a size 12 panna brush on her, and I mean, it still works out fine. It's just a little more time consuming. So if you are on time constraints, I do suggest that you get nail brushes, acrylic brushes, to fit the size of each client's nail bed. I do the prep on both hands at one time, but at the same time, I should say, but as far as the priming, like the dehydrator, the primers, the two primers that I use, I do them separately. So when I am doing one hand, when I'm doing the first hand, I go ahead and prime, I lay the acrylic, and then I wait. I do not prime both hands at the same time. And the reason that I do it this way is because, okay, so say you get both hands primed at the same time, right? That client is doing so much with the other hand, whether it's texting, fixing their clothes, fixing their shirt, whatever the case may be. And you may file or do whatever in between. So you just don't want that primer on the second hand being contaminated with anything such as like particles from the clothes, cotton, anything, you guys. Like, anything can get on those nails while you are doing the other hand. So I just wait to have a fresh coat of primer, and then I go ahead and start applying the acrylic. And I do this just so that nothing is on the nails, I know that it's a fresh primer layer and everything is going to adhere correctly and how it should. So that is just how I do it. You do not have to do this. I know some people don't do it because they will forget by the time they get to the other hand, but I'm used to doing it this way, so I never forget. So yeah, you guys, I just wanted to go ahead and explain that to you all as to why I do it that way. I just do it so that nothing will get in the primer or be stuck to the primer before I start laying acrylic, because then it's just a waste and you'll have to redo it all over again, and you don't want to waste your products, okay? So anyway, I just went ahead and I put this one nail in just to show you guys that it got a little easier, but not by much. I was still struggling a little bit, but the second hand, you know, once you get the feel of what you're doing with the first hand, the second hand always ends up to go a bit more smooth. Now, I also kept this part in real time because I wanted to show you guys just how I file the French part. I go ahead and I file the sides first just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth and even on both sides, and it makes a pretty oval shape. Now, you can do V-cut ones, you can do oval, you can do them like diamond shaped almost, so it's just up to you. But for this style, we went ahead and we did the oval shape. And right here is what I was talking about, how you will have to fix the sides sometimes and file a little more than normal. And you want to make sure that your hand is really steady, as you see mine was not. And you want to make sure that you're holding the sides of their fingers as well, so you do not cut them with the file. I always try to put my finger, like how you see right there, how my finger is on the side of her nail on the skin. That is protecting her skin from the file hitting it. So if the file hits anything, it's going to hit my finger versus her skin. And I just do that so that I won't cut anyone. And right here, I noticed that the nail was too thick when you are doing the French part, okay? Make the French part as thick as you want to make the full nail. So however thick that French part is how thick your entire nail is going to be. So be mindful when you are laying down the acrylic how thick that part is, because that is going to be the thickness of the full entire nail. So make sure that you keep that in mind. I mean, it just makes it easier so that you won't have to file as much as at the end. And while I was doing this, I just went ahead and touched up the cuticle area a little bit. I'm using my 5-in-1 bit. This is from my website. You guys, when I say this 5-in-1 bit is like so bomb, I'm not trying to gas myself up or nothing like that, but I promise y'all, this bit goes smoother than the Pana bits that I have. I'm not lying. Like, I lied to y'all not. I was using it yesterday and I was like, dang, like, because, you know, I still switch back and forth. I still have my Pana ones, so sometimes I still use them, but I was using mine and I was like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Like,
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It was bomb. Like, it was so smooth. And you guys, that Melody Susie drill, I don't know if I told y'all in the last video, but it has just been vibrating a little bit too much for me. So I didn't even show it in this video, but I did go ahead and I taped the handle or the cord to my handle on my old drill, and you guys, it worked fine. So that is what I'm gonna be doing until it just completely goes out on me, because I really missed my old drill. It just glides smoother, there's no vibration. So yeah, I definitely do still recommend that nail drill for beginners. If you want to start off with something really cheap and just get the, you know, the gist of nails, then definitely go ahead and buy that one. It's not so bad that you can't work with it, because I did do a whole set using that drill, you guys. I will link that video above if you want to go check that drill out. But yeah, I had to go back to my old handy dandy drill, you guys, and it just ran so much smoother. And yeah, it was like a lifesaver yesterday, because especially with me doing this. But like I said, I am going ahead and sealing the cuticles, you guys. And then I went ahead and filed the nail down to the thickness that I wanted to. And I also, if you did not notice, I also went ahead and I filed the sides of the, like right here. I was filing the sides off, and that was just to file it down a little quicker, because filing with a hand file when it was too wide was just going to take forever. So I just went ahead and I used my 501 bit to do that. And like I said, a 501 bit is used for so many different things, you guys. Like, you can use it for this. You can use it for doing the cuticles. You can use it for debulking. Like, I promise you, if you don't have a 501 bit, then you're like, something is wrong. Seriously, like, something is wrong. And if you don't get it from me, get you one from Amazon or wherever the case may be. Like, you have to purchase a 501 bit, or you're just not doing nails and you're not living right. Now, you can file the first hand if you want to. You don't have to, but I just did so that I could make sure that each hand was identical. Now, I know y'all hate iGel Beauty. However, we are going to be using that today. We're going to be using Seafoam, as well as, I think this one is called Electric Blue. Yeah. So we're going to be using those two acrylic powders. She chose these two colors. She sent me a picture that was a lighter blue, but when she gets in my chair, she just always changes up everything. So we went ahead and we did these two blues, and I decided to go ahead and basically like mix match the French tip part. And I also want to do at least 1 or 2 fingers that were marble. So that is what we went ahead and did. And yeah, it came out really, really cute, you guys. Now, as y'all will see, I am not the best person to tell you how to do a full French nail. The reason being is because I personally do not know how people just come with it so flawless, and all they have to do is take a 501 bit and drill over it at the end, and it just all comes out as one. I had such a difficult time doing this, and I probably don't show too much of the troubles that I had in this video, just so that I would not make it so long. But you guys, like, when I tell you, I feel like the real problem was that I didn't want to cap the nails, because the clear that I have, I ran out of my Mia Secret, and the clear that I have is the clear that I showed you all in this video. I'll link that above, of the demoing of acrylics from AliExpress, and I still have some clear left, so I decided to use that yesterday, which I should not have done, you guys, because that clear is just so tacky, like I don't know what it is about that clear, but I am not very fond of it. I like Mia Secret, or the other clear that I have that I got from a different vendor, and I also like Young Nails clear. Those are the only 3 clears that I use, but I wanted to use this other clear up because it's literally just been sitting there and I have no other use for it. So I wanted to try it again and use it, but I really did not like it. So I did cap a few nails in clear, which were the marble ones, but some of the other ones I did not cap, which was a complete mistake, because that is what led me to having to file. I filed some off, and then I was like filing too much, so then I would have to keep going back in with color. So to avoid all that, I really should have just kept it with clear, filed it down, and then I wouldn't have had to keep going back in with color. But you guys, it was just a mess. So I'm not really going to tell you too much of how to do this, because I know there's a simpler way of doing this, and I need to research it so that I can tell y'all. But if y'all know any other like really easy ways of how to do French nails, please let me know in the comments down below, because y'all, it's just like, woo, it was a headache, you guys. I'm sorry I had so much out of frame. Well, I had like 1 or 2 nails out of frame, so I do apologize about that. It's just really hard for me to keep others in frame when I'm doing their nails, just because I'm not used to that position. But anyway, I went ahead and I did 2 nails marble on each hand, and I thought it came out really, really cute. My only issue with these nails was really when it came to the filing part. I feel like next time I'm just going to place the solid colors as I did the marble and then go ahead and cap it. I think that would be a little easier. I'm not sure. We're going to try it out, and I'm definitely going to practice more of these until I get somebody else that wants them, or until I really start doing nails, because this is a struggle point for me. So yeah, you guys, it's just all about practice, and I promise it will come to you. You just have to stay on it. You have to be consistent, and you have to actually like watch videos on people who really know what they're doing. Certain people have stronger suits in certain things, so you have to just practice always. Like, that's all I can say, is really just practice. You're not gonna get good if you're just watching and then you try it and you give up. Like, that is not gonna be the way that you learn or perfect your craft. Now right here is what I was saying about how you just take a file at the end and you just file over the entire nail, and it reveals the French cut of it. Now I want to announce the winner of the giveaway. This is going to be a nail art box. I'm going to be giving away a nail mystery box to you. Nancy Salinas, I think it is. I'm going to post your picture right here. You have won the giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. Please inbox me on Instagram or email me. Everything is in my description box. I'm going to be giving you that, and I'm going to throw a few extra items in there with it. So I hope you enjoy it, and congratulations to you. But yeah, you guys, that is pretty much everything that I did to these nails. It was simple, but yet not so simple. I went ahead and I used the Ultimate Finish Gel for my top coat. This is the top coat by Young Nails that I use if I do not use my Dynamic Nail Supply top coat. Now, Dynamic Nail Supply top coat is my favorite. However, my second fave is this one. I did not put it in the camera, but it's called Ultimate Finish Gel, and it's by Young Nails, and it's super glossy. It lasts just as long. I don't know why. I just have in my head that Dynamic Nail Supply is like my top fave. And then after I did this, I also put some cuticle oil on her nails. I also have cuticle oil on my website. Now, I did file her nails and buff them out with cuticle oil as I usually do. I did not show it in the video, but I do have videos showing that process of filing and buffing the nails. But you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video so much, and I hope y'all enjoyed the look of it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure that your notification bell is on so that you get all my uploads, you guys. I'm always doing random giveaways in my videos. So yeah, just make sure you stay tuned. And thank you all so much for getting me to 1K subscribers. I'm super happy about that. We are finally monetized. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. I love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.